Good evening. I am gonna start designing my wedding dress tonight. So I thought I'd take you guys along with me and show you the process. Obviously I'll be crocheting it. I'm also thinking about adding beading and some tulle because I love tulle so much. Or tulle, I don't know. Tulle is what I call it. Yeah, so I've been on my computer for a little while now. I've been on Pinterest. I already have some ideas saved because I sort of know the type or style of dress I think I might want to go for. It might change. I haven't tried on any wedding dresses yet. I have about 3 years ago with one of my friends. We went to a charity shop and there were some nice dresses. So we tried them on. And there was one I really liked and it was like 500 quid. And the beading was amazing, which is I think where my love for beadings come from. So my friend sent me those pictures because I was like, oh, I can't remember exactly what the beading was like. So from those pictures, which I'll put a picture up here of the beading, yeah, I'm going to go online and buy some beads like that and see what we can do. Yeah, so sorry for the weird angle at the moment. I've got you on the footstool with my computer next to you and the lighting's just awful, so I'm not good. So I'm leaning forwards so you guys don't have to look at my horrible face looking horrible and funny. Okay, so what I might do is I might just flip the camera around. I have a few designs. Actually, I can show you my designs this way around. So my first idea, I guess, was this one. Ignore the really rubbish bit because that's not really. Where is it? There we go. There you go. Can you see that? So yeah, this was like my first idea. So a beaded top, so this bit's beaded, and then it sort of trails into the tulle skirt. So yeah, crochet top with beading on, sort of blends into the skirt, and then a tulle skirt with probably just a petticoat underneath or something. I haven't really thought about the skirt part. I'm focusing at the moment on the bodice because that's the part that I want to add the detail to and the main part that I'm going to crochet. Yeah, so that was idea number one, which I don't mind, don't love, but what I might do is I might try and make a few different bodices and see which one I prefer, because I've got about 3 years to make this dress. Maybe, I don't know, we haven't got a date yet, but yeah, probably only in the next 3 years or so I have got time. But yeah, this is idea number one. And then idea number, I feel like an optician. 1, 2, 1, 2. I don't know if people get that joke. So this is, okay, I'll just show you them both. So this was idea number 2, which is, can you see it? Oh. There you go, I'm gonna sneeze. Oh, it's gone. Yeah, so beaded, so all the lines are beading. So beading going all the way down the bodice, and it is more of, I think, mermaid style. So this is tulle at the bottom, and then obviously a crochet and beaded bodice and butt area. And I'll flip the camera around in a second and show you my computer and my idea for the back of that one, because I was thinking of doing like a sort of lace up back, but yeah, I'll show you that in a second. And then this was idea number 3. So ignore the really badly drawn skirt, but it's basically a tulle ball gown style, I guess. And then, so I mainly drew this one for the neckline, so it's more of a plunging V with, I was thinking of obviously crocheting it, but adding a bit of, what do they call it? Like wiring, that kind of thing, to give it that shape. And obviously with yarn, it's probably wouldn't keep that shape naturally. So I was hoping to maybe create that shape using some sort of metal wire or something. Anyway, I don't know about this stuff. This is literally me just blagging it, trying something out, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But it's just a bit of fun. Yeah, so that's that. Again, beaded bodice. I think I definitely want a beaded bodice. That's something that I think I've wanted for a long time, and that's the kind of dresses I gravitate towards. Also, one of my best friends, Naomi, got married recently, and her dress was beaded and it was absolutely stunning, and I think that really solidified my want for a beaded dress because I actually saw her wearing it on the day and it just looked so cool. And I love a bit of glitz and a bit of sparkle. I love sparkle. yeah, so that would just add a little bit of pizzazz to maybe a more simple silhouette. So yeah, that's the thoughts. I'm going to flip the camera around now. I'll show you my Pinterest. I've obviously got a Pinterest board with all my wedding stuff on, but I've created a separate board on my crochet board, so a board within a board. So I've got a crochet board, and then in that I've got a wedding section because that's specifically for designing this dress, essentially. Yeah, so I'll flip the camera around and show you the pictures because my drawings aren't very good. Okay, so initially I was thinking doing something like this because I've done a top like that before, which I'll put a quick picture up here of the one that I've done before. However, it stretched out quite a bit, and I'm not sure if I want that same silhouette for my wedding dress. I think I might want to try something different. Another one that I really like is this, which is quite a simple neckline, which I think I'll try it and see what happens. Not sure if, like, my body shape's a lot different from this person's body shape, so I don't know if my boobs would work in that because they're quite big, whereas they haven't got the biggest boobs, so this style is fine for them, whereas for me it might not sit well. This, I really like the back of this, so doing this sort of crisscross. The dress that I tried on, which I'll put a picture of here, that I really liked for the beading, also had that kind of back, but obviously it wasn't crocheted, so we'll see. That's just nice to see it in a crochet style. This was more of a boho feel, so I was wondering what kind of pattern to do on the actual dress. So obviously, like, that's quite pretty, and that could possibly work quite well with beading as well. So what I might do is I might try and do some test patches of these different sort of patterns within the crochet. Only thing is it's very holey, so I'd need to put something underneath it. Like she seems to have put a skin toned slip underneath, but I'm not sure. I might just line it. I'm not sure. I'm being quite ambitious, I think. Adding more ideas. Yeah, so that's essentially my ideas at the moment. What I might do now is I'm thinking of making it out of cotton. I do have some cotton yarn. What I might do is it's orange, I think, so it's not going to be white, but I can practice with that because I haven't used it before, and then buy some nicer white yarn to actually make the dress with. Yeah, so what I might do now is I might create some ideas of different bodice types and do some test pieces, and then see how that goes, and then maybe do a bit of shopping to see if I can find some beads, because I want it. I think my vision is sort of like an ice queen beaded look, so a bit like icicles, icy, I don't know, that's the kind of vibe I'm feeling. Not very boho, I know, everyone's like, oh, boho crochet dress, and I'm like, I don't think it's going to be boho. I don't particularly want boho. It may look boho because it's crochet, I'm not sure, but we're going to try and go for less of a classic crochet dress and more of a wedding dress that happens to be crocheted. Slightly different. I hope people enjoy watching that. Okay, so I think I'm going to crack on. I also am thinking, because I want it to be not too bulky, I'm thinking of using my cotton yarn and then a smaller hook than I'd usually use. So I think for like DK I usually use a 5, maybe a 6 sometimes. I don't know what what you're meant to use, but that's just what I use. I know it says on the balls, but I just never look. Yeah, so maybe I'll see how small I can get, and also the effect of using a smaller hook, because I'm hoping it'll be less bulky, which in theory it should, right? I'm not sure. I don't know all the logical, yeah, I don't know. My crochet knowledge isn't vast. I know what I know because I've done it, and I haven't really done much research. Maybe I should do more research. But I also, I don't know, I'm not very good at researching. I get bored and then I just want to do. So that's why most of my knowledge comes from me just doing things and figuring them out, because I don't have the patience to sit there and read about all the different types of stitches and all the, why you should use different types of, I've tried. But I figured, learn as you go, try new things, and then you'll figure it out anyway, because that's what I just enjoy doing anyway. Okay, I'm going to stop rambling, and I will see you when I have something created, I guess. Okay, I hope you guys enjoy this. Make sure you give it a thumbs up if you do, because that helps push my video to more people, and also it gives me a bit of feedback as to whether or not you are enjoying these things. I'm thinking of doing this in a few parts, so this will be the designing process and test pieces. and then possibly the next one would be starting on the bodice, and then the next one after that might be doing the skirt, and then the next bit might be assembly or beading, that kind of thing. So I'm going to split it up to whatever makes sense, but this first episode is going to be me designing the dress, essentially. Okay, right, I hope you guys enjoy. Thumbs up, subscribe, share, do all that stuff for me because I'd really appreciate it. And yeah, we'll crack on with the video and see where we get to. Okay, I've actually just signed up for Ravelry, which I've heard a lot of people use, but for some reason I've never really thought about it until now, and I thought maybe I'll look for some wedding dress designs. So I've gone on there and searched for dresses for women, free ones as well, and that's the amount I've found. So I'll go through them with you briefly. This one, most of them I like bits of them. So this one I was just a little bit interested in the patterns that they've created. So they've created some flowery patterns. Not absolutely in love with it, but I just thought it was an interesting idea. This one I thought was really cute. The sleeves, I thought that was really nice. And again, just looking at how they do these things and maybe taking a bit of all the different designs and putting them into one dress. This one I liked for the neckline, so it sort of resembles this neckline. So I thought it might be cool to see how they created that style. And then this one, I haven't actually looked at this close up. Don't think I like it, but again, I just wanted to see how they make these patches. That might be quite a nice blanket one actually, but I saw it looked a little bit wedding-y from far away, but I don't think I like this pattern for my wedding dress. Oh, this one I just saw wedding dress and I didn't actually see the picture, and I wanted to have a look at it because it doesn't look crocheted. Oops. Oh wow, it is. Dang. Wow, this looks quite old. Not my style, but to each his own. This one looked a bit boho-y. Again, looking at the patterns that they've used, so how they've created this sort of, I guess it's a bit like lace. I don't really like lace. First one. Oh, this one I couldn't really see from far away, so I wanted to have a look because it's a wedding dress. Quite a nice neckline, sort of classic. Don't know if I'll go for that one because I prefer a lower neckline. Not a huge fan of the pattern, but then perhaps that could be something I incorporate within my design, just not all over it. So yeah, I'm going to have a look at all of these and see how they make them. A very nice back actually, so I might properly look at this one and see how they've done that. So here's my Ravelry page if you wanted to friend me. I don't really know how it works. I can see over here it says friends. I've literally just signed up and I don't know how you find them, but maybe you can find me if you want to. I have a few people that I like talking to on Instagram, so I might see if they've got it so that we can link up on here. But yeah, I don't really know how this website works yet. So far I've just found some patterns, but I know there's a notebook bit here. Okay, yeah, so I'm gonna have a look at that. But yeah, add me if you want to on this is my name, Evie Crochet UK. Okay, so now I've had a look at them, I might, it's relatively late and I'm feeling a bit hay fevery and a bit sore, so I might call it a night now, but I think I'll have a look at these more tomorrow and maybe start some test pieces. Really interesting to see how other people make dresses, so I was just going to wing it, and I might still wing it, you never know, but I think I might have a little bit of try and do a bit of research into how other people do things, just out of curiosity, and see if there's any stitches or skills that I can use in mine. But yeah, so I will catch up with you hopefully tomorrow. Okay guys, so this is test piece number 1 complete. This was an Erin B pattern, so I'll put that down below. And obviously it would have straps, but I just haven't finished it yet. But the main thing was to get the neckline right. And obviously it won't have the ribbing, I just did that because that's part of the pattern. So yeah, I'm very happy with it. It fits me really well, I'd say. I've made notes of like how many rows and all of that kind of thing and how many stitches. I might like to do it a little bit higher because it's quite low, a low scoop neck, so maybe just a couple of rows more. But I'm really happy with that. It fits really well, it's really comfortable. So I've ordered a tulle skirt which is high-waisted and goes all the way down to the floor. So I was thinking of using that as an idea because I can create this in white with beading all over it and then attach it to the skirt or just wear the skirt with it and just sort of blend it in. Yeah, that's idea number one. My other idea, which I'm going to work on next for the test piece, is to create a bodice but that it is tie up at the back, so it'll be open and then I can sort of do like crisscross to cinch it in, because that would be all the way from the top all the way down to like just above my knees, and for that to work and I think for that to fit well I'd need to be able to tie it up at the back. So that's my next task. Really happy with this one. I think this is going to make a really cute top anyway, so it was quite a nice test piece to do. Yeah, so I'm going to finish off the strap. I don't know, let me know what you think. If you think I should go just like strapless or if I should have little straps. I'm open to anything. I'm not going to get offended if you say you think straps or if you think no straps. Yeah, so that's that. Now I'm going to crack on with the other test piece, which is the one that we cinch in from the back. Hey guys, so it's been about a week since I actually talked to you, I guess, and I've literally done nothing. So hence why there's nothing to update you on. But I did get a delivery this week of some stuff that I'm going to show you now. And then I'm also going to crack on and carry on with the test pieces, because I find with projects, I don't know about you guys, but if I stop doing it for too long, I forget it exists and then I don't finish it for months. So with this, I want to crack on, get it sorted, and I'm really excited, so let's go. First item that came was the the skirt that I ordered, which is just a maxi length tulle skirt, which is basically just to show me the shape and silhouette and how the top's going to go with it. So as you can see, I've got the top on the mannequin. Obviously, excuse all the mess, because you know what I'm like, it's just there, deal with it, it's fine. Yeah, so this just shows you, let me step a bit further back. This just shows you the sort of silhouette with the top that I've got at the moment. I still need to do the strap, so I'm going to do that today. And obviously it would be in white. So that's just an idea of if I did a two-piece. I think perhaps with this top, instead of obviously doing the, let me get closer, instead of doing this, because I won't be doing that, it'll be like this all the way down. Perhaps I do it a little bit longer, and maybe don't obviously, I was doing this in the round, so maybe I'll do it as one flat piece. I could corset it, and then this would also cinch it in because I'd be doing it a bit longer. So that's just some thoughts on that test piece. But I'm very happy with the neckline. Like I said in the previous video, I'd do it a little bit higher because my body shape's a bit different to the person, Erin B, who the pattern is from. So that is another update on that. And then the other thing that I bought are the beads. So you got some of these beads, which are quite big, and then you got some really fine ones, if you can see that. There you go, you can see them better over there. So really big ones, quite fine ones, and then these ones which remind me of ice, and they're just like little tubes, I guess. So basically I need to order some cotton yarn that is white, and then do a little test square, I suppose, and then add the beads on to see sort of what combination and if it looks good, because it might look rubbish, I have no idea. But I don't want to add the beads on top of the orange because that won't give the same effect, and I think it will make it look, I don't think it will look good. So we're not going to do that, we're not going to waste the beads. I think the beads were about £3 a pack, so I spent about £9 on beads. The skirt was £13 or something, so quite cheap. Yeah, so I'm going to order some cotton yarn now, some white, so that we can do that test piece at some point. And then I'm going to get my pad out and design an open back test piece, so we can do the corset type thing as well. My crochet TV show of choice is always Queer Eye. Love it so much. Makes me cry every time. Okay, so these are the two options laid out flat. So this is option one, which I've already done, which is a one in orange, but I would do it a bit longer. with the scoop neck, and then instead of it being connected like it is now, rather than making it in the round, I'd make it as one flat piece and then use either ribbon or like crochet ribbon to corset it up at the back a bit like that. So that is option number 1, which I think is fine, might be quite cute. But now I'm quite keen to have a look at option 2. So option 2 is I think it's a sweetheart neckline. And I thought I might put a bit of wiring in there. And then it'll be a lot longer, so it'll go all the way down to, I think, just above my knees. And then this bit, which looks like a pirate, is actually, I'm thinking of finding a pattern and doing some like crochet detailing. So this bit would sort of merge into the tulle part. And then obviously beading on this like I would with the other top. So let's forget about beading for now, and we'll just go for the shape, and then we'll tackle the beading. Maybe in the next video, maybe later on in this one, it depends how long they get. So that's the end of the first episode of this wedding dress series. As you can see, we've done test piece number 1, and then in the next one we're going to do test piece number 2, and I actually think I've come up with a design for a third possible test piece. So we'll have a look, we'll see what happens with that one. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and make sure you turn the notifications on so that you get a notification when the next video comes out. As I'm not sure, these aren't going to come out every week or every 3 weeks, they're just going to come out as and when I get the things done, because this one took me a bit longer than expected, so I don't know how long the next one's going to take, probably a while. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. There'll be more videos in between this series. Another podcast coming up, lots to talk about. Well, I'll be talking about this as well. So yeah, subscribe and all that stuff, and I'll see you in the next episode, or in the next video, or in a previous video. Anyway, bye bye.